What's up, lovely people? How you guys doing? Welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Kaze and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be reacting to a compilation of creepy TikTok videos that are going to make you question your reality. So without further ado, we're gonna go straight to the video. But before we do that, kindly guys like this video so that it can get recommended to other guys. So without further ado, let's go straight to the video.
So, here we go. You see it. Petrified Giants. Look at this motherfucker right here. That look like a sad face. Man, look at that. Eyes, nose, lips. That's legit. Look at the face right there. Clear as day. You can see that motherfucker. Big facts. Yep. Another petrified giant. Clear as day. Look at the motherfucker. That's wild. Now, that looking like a big ass rock with a big ass handprint in it, dog. That's what it looking like. I got a better picture of y'all with the old lady petrified. Looked like she was up under some other rocks with a stick using it as a cane. Now this is clear as fucking day right here. Clear as day. This looked like that one little statue figurine they found in Egypt where it looked like a reptilian. That's exactly what this shit looked like right here. Same face. That might be Lot's wife right there. Should have never turned their back to look and see what the fuck they was doing. Now you're a pillar of salt. Big facts. An old grainy photo of a tortoise. Turtle of some sort. Petrified. Damn. Little animal right here was just minding his own damn business, man. But something happened. God had work to do, and he did it. Petrified. I'm pretty sure I already showed y'all this one, but I just had to put it on here again. That shit is crazy. You can't explain that one. That's a fucking tortoise. You dig? Mouth, nose is right there in front of your face. A petrified being. Yeah. Now this right here was in Oregon, USA, and this is not a giant. This is a regular sized human like us, but it had to been around with the giants. That motherfucking woman is petrified. Right there on that rock. Or maybe she was chilling with some animal or some shit, and they got petrified together. It is what it is. Look at that damn skull. Right there for everybody to see. Eyes, nose, mouth. Yeah. This dude know what's up. He's like, well, I'm just gonna do what this petrified being was doing and just kneel the fuck down. This is a regular sized skull that was petrified that this guy has right here. Shit look mad creepy, dog. Another one. Man. Just imagine you just chilling and enjoying your day, and God was like, you know what? It's time for another reset. Man. Eyes, nose, mouth. Clear as day. Was big chilling, minding his business, watching some fake TV. He probably is watching somebody tell a story or some shit. Then boom! Petrified. Now, as you know, well, if you don't know, they've been carving out mountains trying to make them hollow so they can do whatever the fuck they doing to them. And the way the insides of the mountain look, kind of look fucking similar, dog. I mean, would you look at that? That's supposed to be pink Himalayan salt. But that shit look awfully familiar. It look alike flesh. Petrified flesh, which is, quite honestly, fucking disgusting. Because we all be using that pink Himalayan salt, dog. And the body is salty. Flesh is salty. I mean, I done already showed y'all this photo right here. But, like I said the first time, motherfucker, that look like cube steak. Look at that. That look like meat to me. Right here, we have bacon. Motherfuckers love them some bacon. Right here, we have crystals. That shit look like the same shit, dog. I ain't trying to gross y'all the fuck out, but that's the inside of a human body. That's the inside of a human body. And this right here is supposed to be crystals, rocks, found in, guess what? In mountains and shit. Don't that look like flesh? Human meat? And bone marrow and shit and fat? Ain't that what this look like? That look like a bone inside the meat right there. I mean, come on, dog. Look at that shit. I'm telling you. More. Look at that. That's some meat with some fat on it. That just ain't no damn rock. So that ain't meat? Petrified? Yeah. That's what it look like. Now, everything that may look like something don't mean that's what it is, but man, shit, fuck that. That's what that is, dog. Because here's regular animal meat. That shit look the same. Animal meat, that shit look the same. Animal meat, that shit look the same. So you telling me that these rocks are not petrified fucking meat from Titans, fallen angels, Nephilim, Anunnaki, whatever you want to call them, they all of those things. You telling me that this motherfucking shit that we've been seeing, dog, ain't that? Because I think it is. But you can believe what you want, though. I am 23 weight. And that's where you getting this message from.
I've never thought of that before, honestly. Wow, to be honest, I've never given that a thought. That was deep. That was deep, to be honest. Whew. What?
These are the wildest what-if theories I've ever heard. What if when we die, the light at the end of the tunnel is a light to a hospital room? We are born, and the reason we come crying out is because we remember we died and lost everything in our past life. As we grow, we forget everything, but patches of memory stay behind and come back as deja vu. I hope this ain't true. I'm just trying to go to heaven. I'm not trying to come back here. Earth is ghetto. What if we used to be able to make wishes, but someone wished we couldn't? I say we find them and junk them. What if the world actually ended in 2012, as many people thought, and everything since that year has been a dream? Well, wake me up. I'm tired of bills.
Tell them to wake me up.
What if Mr. Krabs is Pearl's sugar daddy? Which is why she's always calling him daddy and asking him for money. That makes a lot of sense. I'm not even gonna lie. Cause she looks nothing like him. What if our entire universe is just in a tiny glass jar placed neatly on a shelf in an alien child's room as a science project? Or the Big Bang in our universe could just be one big fart that some creature just let out. And time is different in their world. But right now it seems like it's been billions of years, but in their world it's been like 2 seconds. What if everything behind you disappears, but when you turn back, it reappeared? I used to do this all the time when I was a kid. What if you're the only human on Earth and the rest of the population you see is just your imagination playing tricks on you? Like this video and follow if I should do a part 2.
I don't know about you, but these are the kind of thoughts I used to have when I was a kid. I used to be like, what if we don't exist at all? What if there's nothing? And at that time, it used to make so much sense. Shit was crazy.
Hey y'all, check this out. I just found out that celebrities are not real people. Y'all probably gonna be like, this another conspiracy theorist, man. Get out of here with that stuff. Let me just put y'all on then.
Are celebrities actually real people? There is a theory that celebrities and political figures are all actually made up personas and characters that are being played by actors. It is said that what we see in our everyday lives, be it on TV or the internet, is an actor using realistic silicone mask combined with deepfake technology to achieve the result. Essentially another tool that the people in power use to control the world.
How do people even turn on their TVs these days knowing that the people they watch are fake? Bro, I'm not trying to scare anybody in this video, but the stuff they be showing y'all be over my mind, bro. Like, the proof is right there, bro. Don't even think about going in the comments and saying that's not real, bro, because they got cloning technology that do all type of stuff like that. Think about it, bro. They making artificial babies in a lab. What makes y'all think they won't create fake celebrities, bro? Bro, when I found this stuff out, I was like, oh my God, bro, this can't be. But I'm slowly starting to realize with my third eye, everything is not what it seems. Even on TV, bro, we don't even know if the people we looking at real these days, bro. Y'all gotta really start questioning everything, bro. Nah, like for real though, cause that junk is scary, bro. I'm trying to put y'all on and wake y'all up because y'all never know. It could be robots that take over and shit. They trying to replace everything with artificial intelligence and technology and shit. Let me just show y'all the rest of this video game.
All of this sounds crazy. The CIA has actually openly admitted to this technology being used. And when you take a closer look, you'll find that they've been working very closely with Hollywood on this project for a long time. So,
let him who has eyes see clearly. Love y'all, gang. Follow for more. I'm out.
Maybe that's why they're so rich, because maybe one person can take several characters and get paid for each and every one of them.
In a bizarre incident, a strange cigar-shaped UFO was captured on camera near the International Space Station, IS. During a recent space mission, the footage shows a cylindrical object approaching before seemingly creating a dilation of space-time. According to eyewitness accounts, the UFO was first spotted by astronauts aboard the IS. The crew members were conducting routine experiments when they noticed a peculiar object hovering in the distance. As it drew closer, they realized it was unlike anything they had ever seen before. The object was described as being significantly larger than a standard shuttle, measuring around 300 feet in length. Its surface featured distinctive blue line markings which seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. The astronauts were in awe as they watched the UFO approach, unsure of what to expect next. As the UFO came within close range of the IS, it suddenly vanished without warning. It did not explode or disintegrate. Rather, it appeared to create a localized distortion of space-time, effectively erasing itself from existence. The entire encounter lasted no more than 60 seconds. NASA officials have yet to comment on the matter, but experts in various fields have already begun offering their theories. While we may never learn the truth behind the enigmatic cigar-shaped UFO, one thing is certain: humanity remains fascinated by the unknown. As we continue to explore the vast expanse of space, we can only wonder how many secrets lie hidden, waiting to be uncovered.
Strange objects spotted over Nevada. UFOs or top secret military tech? Amateur video capturing 3 dark, disc-shaped crafts flying in formation over the Nevada desert is causing an internet frenzy. Filmed by local resident John Smith, the triangular objects moved at incredible speeds and seemed to defy gravity. "They were unlike anything I've ever seen," said a baffled Smith. The puzzling footage has taken social media by storm, with experts unable to explain the bizarre flying objects. While the Air Force investigates, debates rage online. Are they really alien spacecraft, or could they be classified military technology? Conspiracy theorists argue the video is definitive proof of extraterrestrial life visiting Earth. But others suggest the US government is testing top-secret aircraft. What were these mysterious objects? How did they move so fast, and seemingly ignore physics? And if they're alien, why were they flying over Nevada? For now, their identity remains a mystery. So are we really alone out there?
Have you heard the theory that the Trumps are time travelers?
Grab me a DeLorean.
This connects to Nikola Tesla.
No way!
Nikola Tesla died, and within his hotel that he had 80 plus trunks of all his patents, his designs for different technologies, all this stuff. Guess who they sent first to go and collect the stuff?
I don't know.
John G. Trump. Donald Trump's uncle.
What?
Weird.
So the theory is that he took some of these trunks.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But Tesla said that he had figured out how to bend time. So
As one does.
The theory is Donald Trump's uncle took this, created a time machine.
Oh my gosh.
And then the weird connection is there was a book that came out in 1896, and it's called Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey.
You're saying
Do you know
it
what,
was actually
do you-
Baron
do you
Trump?
know what the book was about?
What?
Time travel?
Baron Trump time traveling.
No!
Tesla was such a smart guy, but it's just so unfortunate that he was robbed even in his death.
Here are some news from across the world that you might not be seeing in mainstream media. There was a time in history when Greek philosophers like Plato, Pythagoras, Isocrates, who studied in Africa, ransacked African libraries, stole African knowledge, and used them to go start their own universities and academies in Athens. What was now left of African libraries and universities was then put into flames and burnt during rituals that ancient Europeans referred to as the book burning ceremonies. You might wonder, why am I pointing this out? As a huge history enthusiast, I find it highly ironical that the same Greece is now currently under wildfire, so much that their residents and tourists are now forced to evacuate as their homes and belongings are left in flames. Turkey is also on fire, same as Italy. Gaza is also on fire. Spain is also on fire. The United States of America is also on fire. Switzerland is also on fire. And on the other hand, India is drowning. South Korea is drowning. China is drowning. Uruguay is drowning. And Colombia is also drowning. Crossing over to Africa, however, in Mali, the local residents are waking up to the realization that the long terrorism problem that they have been dealing with has been as a result of their colonizer using their opposition to disrupt the able leadership of their president, Assimi Goita. In Kenya, most locals are also waking up to the realization that their opposition leader, Raila Amolo Odinga, has been under the colonial influence to disrupt the able leadership of their president, William Samoei Ruto, and the peace of Kenya in general.
Meanwhile, Moscow has effectively accused Western partners of meddling in Kenya's internal affairs after a statement was issued on the violence there by 13 nations, including America, Britain, Canada, and others.
The same divide and rule tactic is being uncovered in Bonu, Nigeria, South Sudan, Somalia, Democratic Republic of Congo, Zimbabwe, Botswana, with a lot of Africans waking up to the ancient slogan, "You can fool some people sometimes, but you cannot fool all people all the time." Malian citizens are now pushing for the removal of the United Nations and their peacemaking ties from Africa.
What a time to be alive as an African. Like, I'm so glad most Africans are waking up, and wow, this is amazing.
I don't want to eat candy, but the parasites in me want the candy. I don't want to drink liquor. I don't like liquor. But the parasite, the demon in me, it wants the liquor. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
Why do I feel like most famous people or most celebrities are just a bit crazy?
The moon is bigger than it should be, apparently older than it should be, and much lighter in mass than it should be. It occupies an unlikely orbit and is so extraordinary that all existing explanations for its presence are fraught with difficulties, and none of them could be considered remotely watertight. And honest scientists will tell you they have no bloody clue where the moon come from, and it shouldn't, by physics, be there. A Russian professor of biochemistry did a lot of writing on this sort of stuff, and he said this, quite rightly: "We cannot help but come to the conclusion that the moon by rights ought not to be there. The fact that it is one of those strokes of luck almost too good to accept. Small planets such as Earth with weak gravitational fields might well lack satellites. In general then, when a planet does have satellites, those satellites are much smaller than the planet itself. Therefore, even if the Earth has a satellite, there would be every reason to suspect that at best it would be a tiny world, perhaps 30 miles in diameter. But that is not so. Earth not only has a satellite, but it is a giant satellite, 2,160 miles in diameter. How is it then that that tiny Earth has one? Amazing. The best explanation for the moon is observational error. The moon doesn't exist, that scientist said. Another one from NASA: it seems easier to explain the non-existence of the moon than its existence. A hollow moon. This is what I'm saying, and others have said, is that it's a hollowed-out planetoid. In November 1969, the moon was hit by a lunar module to the equivalent of 1 ton of TNT. The shock waves built up, and NASA scientists said the moon rang like a bell. Maurice Ewing, a co-director of the seismic experiment, told the news conference, "As for the meaning of it, I'd rather not make an interpretation right now, but it is as though someone had struck a bell, say in the belfry of a church, a single blow, and found that the reverberation from it continued for 30 minutes. It got a bigger smack eventually, which I'll come to. Frank Press from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, said that for a rather small impact to produce an effect that lasted for 30 minutes was quite beyond the range of our experience. This is a guy called Gordon MacDonald. He said in the early 1960s, it would seem that the moon is more like a hollow than a homogeneous sphere. And this guy from MIT said the lunar orbiter experiments had vastly improved knowledge of the moon's gravitational field and indicated the frightening possibility that the moon might be hollow. Two Russian scientists from the Soviet Academy of Scientists wrote an article in 1970 in Sputnik magazine in Russia headed, "Is the moon the creation of an alien intelligence?" And all these years later, it indicates to the fact that they were right. What they point out, and others point out, is the outer surface of the moon is extremely hard and contains minerals like titanium. Moon rocks have been found to contain processed metals, including brass and mica, and the elements uranium-236 and neptunium-237 that have never been found to occur naturally. Uranium-236 is a long-lived radioactive nuclear waste and is found in spent nuclear fuel and reprocessed uranium. Neptunium-237 is a radioactive metallic element and a byproduct of nuclear reactors and the production of plutonium. Some lunar rocks have been found to contain 10 times more titanium than titanium-rich rocks on Earth. Titanium is used in supersonic jets, deep-diving submarines and spacecraft. Dr. Harold Urey, the winner of the Nobel Prize for Chemistry, said he was terribly puzzled by the rocks from the moon and in particular their titanium content. He said the samples were mind-blowers and that he could not account for the titanium. The two Russian scientists said in their article, if a material had to be devised to protect a giant artificial satellite from the unfavorable effects of temperature from the cosmic radiation and meteorite bombardment, the experts would probably have hit upon precisely these refractory metals. Refractory metals are incredibly resistant to heat and wear.
I've always felt like the moon is kind of metallic, you know, with the gray area being the metal or whatever, and the brown area being the rust, and the white area being maybe dust and particles, and the tiny little holes, those tiny holes maybe could be from comets or from rocks, I don't know, maybe passing comets and whatever. I don't know, it gives me those kind of vibes because of how it looks like. I'm just viewing it literally, you know. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think the moon is the moon, or the moon is something like a spacecraft? What do you think?
In this perplexing video from Brazil, believed to be from around 2020, a man in his backyard approaches a mattress that appears to be floating silently in midair above a wheelbarrow. There are no visible supports or strings holding the mattress aloft, and its shadow is clearly projected on the ground below. Tentatively, the bewildered man reaches up and places his hand below the hovering mattress, as if testing whether it is somehow suspended on an invisible platform. But it does not rest on his hand. After a few tense moments, he gingerly touches the edge of the mattress, and it immediately crashes down into the wheelbarrow. This bizarre scene was captured on film in Brazil, but so far no explanations have been offered for how an ordinary mattress could seem to levitate and stand, unsupported in defiance of gravity itself. The Brazilian man remains stunned and confused by what he witnessed in his own backyard around 2020. The video continues to circulate and sparks speculation about what could cause such a mystifying sight. Some conspiracy theorists believe this could be evidence of a glitch in the Matrix, the theory that humanity lives in a simulated reality created by advanced interdimensional beings. Could this floating mattress represent a brief failure in the laws of physics that govern our supposed artificial world? Or does a more mundane explanation await discovery? For now, the mattress miracle remains an intriguing mystery.
Maybe it's an air mattress. That thing up. It seems it was so heavy, and it's just so incredible how it can move on its own, you know. I don't know if maybe there's, okay, some people say that maybe there's someone hiding inside there, but don't you think that if this person could be able to lift it all by himself, it means that he's quite skilled, you know?
I'm so glad that I found this video again. This curious piece of footage has been going viral this past couple of weeks. Its origins are unknown, but this version was re-uploaded to TikTok by user Redeem777. Believed to have been filmed somewhere in Africa, we can see a group of people gathered around a man standing in the water. And looks like some kind of ritual is underway. But take a look at what happens next. I mean, I don't know if it's from, I don't know if this is some divine power that God gave this woman. I think it's a woman, but I'm not sure. All of a sudden, the water recedes unusually fast, emptying the bay in the blink of an eye. Look at this. It's already dry, like where that guy's standing. There it goes. According to the witnesses' reactions, they believe the shaman was responsible for shifting the water. This is some divine power that God gave this woman.
Wow. I'm telling you, African spirituality is just on a different level, y'all. Like, this is the kind of stuff that we should have been taught in school, but apparently it was termed as witchcraft, and people were hated for it. Like, most people who can do this in African countries are people who are not looked up upon because, you know, they are witches and it's wrong to do witchcraft. all because religion happened. I would love to know the science behind it.
This video might be proof that reptilians do live among us.
Forces and protecting the population and minimizing civilian casualties have long been a cornerstone of the counterinsurgency doctrine. Civilian casualties have long been a cornerstone of the counterinsurgency doctrine.
She straight up just shapeshifted on live TV, folks! Maybe the lady on the plane was being real. If you want more video proof, then check out this video on my YouTube channel, link in bio.
I mean, maybe that's what she saw. Like, at this point, anything is possible.
What's a historical fact that you had to learn on your own and not in school?
So I recently visited some of the slave castles in Ghana and I was sick to my stomach. About 100 to 150 people were forced into these slave dungeons. Once they reached the slave dungeons, the human waste that they had to sit in and stand in was about knee deep. And when I say human waste, I mean the poop, the pee, the throw up, the blood, the menstrual blood. All of that they had to stand in, and everything else that comes out of the human body. Not only that, they had to breathe in and inhale all of those toxins because there was no ventilation in those dungeons. Mind you, they weren't just sitting in there for days or maybe weeks. They were sitting in there for up to 3 months straight. The conditions were so bad that even as I stood there hundreds of years later, I can still smell the human waste. I mean, I was sick to my stomach. Y'all, was people up in there coughing. Those tiny little lines up there, those are not carvings done by an object. Those were done by people's nails digging into the stone wall because they were trying to desperately escape the death dungeon. Men who fought back were put into those death dungeons. And let's say they put about 10 of those men in that death dungeon. They wouldn't pull out the dead bodies until the last person died. That skull and that X represented death. It meant once you went in there, you were not coming back out alive. And also, there were churches built up over these slave dungeons, and as women and men were screaming, these so-called holy people were sitting above them worshiping God. Not only that, they specifically put these churches over the dungeons to represent heaven and HE double hockey sticks. Part 2 will be coming up because what they did to the women was disgusting.
Wow, that is the most craziest shit I've ever heard. What? So guys, we've come to an end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking up to this far. I'm going to see you on my next video. And if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe down below. Hit the notification bell so that you can get notified every time I post a new video. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget, so that it can get notified to more people. So thank you for watching. I'm going to see you on my